Hey folks, definitely a rare opportunity to show you guys a couple of Matsuda Parlors that we have in the shop right now. These are very similar in build and spec, but they're 5 years apart, and there's a couple things that make them unique in their own right. Matsuda is one of my very favorite guitar makers of all time, not just for how beautiful the woodworking and the aesthetic choices are on his guitars, but most importantly the tone. Michi's stuff is like consistently juicy and fundamental, lots of string separation, really nice clarity in the upper treble voice without them sounding shrill. And these Parlors are no exception to that. They have a ton of bass for the size too, which is the first thing that I noticed, at least when we got the first one of these in. But yeah, I'll just sort of highlight the differences between the two. I'll start with this 2010. This is essentially his Parlor model, as I said before. Kind of behaves a lot like a single O with a little bit more heft to it. This one has a 25-inch scale, 1 3/4 nut, 2 1/4 bridge spacing, pretty standard stuff there. But it's got a sound port, which is unique to this guitar. The other one doesn't have a sound port. They both have these Goto 510 tuners with handmade wood-carved knobs. And they both have this lovely neck swoosh on the heel too that I love so much about what Michi does for his guitars. The Bubinga has a very rosewood-like quality to it. That's sort of like a slightly scooped mid-range and then a boosted bass and treble. Definitely that nice silky vitreous quality that you get from rosewood in the trebles too, in the overtones. But yeah, these guitars both have really nice pro setups, very easy to play even past like the 7th fret. But yeah, I'll show you the 2015 after these clips. So moving on to the 2015 model, this one has a slightly bear claw top. They're both European tops, but this one has a little bit of bear claw to it. You can see that there is also a little bit of extra flair to the bridge too. Michi's hand-carved bridges are so cool. You should definitely look at the photos on this one. It's also got an abalone rosette too. So basically the Goto 510 tuners are the same. The neck carve is a little bit different on this one too. I think I actually wrote the measurements down. So actually on the 2015 it's got a little bit of a fuller neck. It's 0.81 at the first fret. On this one it's 0.77. So a little bit shallower neck on the 2010. The 2015 is a little bit more like what I would call like a medium slim C. A little bit more heft to the shoulders on this one if you have larger hands. But I will say, like, so tonally, the only thing that kind of sets these two apart is I think that the 2015 has a little bit of a warmer, more mellowed quality. And a lot of that has to do with, I think it has a 24.75 scale length, which this one has a 25. So we're only talking about a quarter difference, but you do feel it a little bit. So the bass response in the mid-range on the 2015 is just a little bit warmer to my ears. This one has a little bit more overtones and treble presence on the 2010. Very similar overall mid-range character. I think this one has a little bit more projection, a little bit more liveliness, and then this one just has a bit more warmth. So if you're doing like some like singer-songwriter stuff, or if you were doing like blues, I would probably recommend the 2015. If you were doing a little bit more like legato pieces and then wanted like a slightly more present, slightly brighter tone, the 2010 I think would be the one to go with. They also have slightly different fingerboard extensions too. The amount of frets is similar though. It's not actually longer on this one, even though it appears that way. But yeah, both of these, they have like that almost ineffable Matsuda quality to them. I think you'll hear it on the clips, but the way that the trebles are voiced on these two guitars is really interesting. I've never heard anything like it. I can confidently say never, anything close to it. It's pretty cool. They could almost be like their own instruments, like not just your typical 6-string guitar. You know, they almost have like this unique quality to the mid-range. I'm not sure what Mitchie did on the voicing or how he braces the top, what profile of top bracing he uses on these. But of course it's just, you know, the selection of wood, how he taps the wood and make sure that the tone is dialed in individually for each guitar. Mitchie's just, he's one of the very best in my opinion, and these two Parlors are a really good indication of that. I don't always love smaller guitars, but these two guitars I am so smitten with. So if there's any questions about these, give me or Logan a shout. You can email sales@dreamguitars.com and we'll be happy to chat with you. Thanks guys.